So, I'm titled this video Dating as a Tomboy. For me, it's been 4 years at least since I've been with somebody. Now, when I was younger, I had the nickname The Man. So, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I've I've always been a tomboy, but they they said I'm not one of the guys, I'm the man. So, that always stuck with me. Now, what I'm trying to do is I cut off all my hair. Just one day, I just felt like cutting off all my hair. I actually grown it to shoulder length, but I felt like I'm gonna work on myself. So let's just cut it all off, just have new growth. I mean, at least that's what I like to think that I was thinking at the time. Um, so I did it. I cut my hair. Now I'm trying to use it as a challenge to be more feminine. Um, I don't know. I never cross my legs. I burp. I'm a mess. Like I don't know these if are necessarily qualities attributed to men, but I can be very aggressive, very dominant, type A, alpha personality, or I can be really reserved and quiet. But it's not a soft quiet. Like I don't know how to explain it. I'm not very feminine, so I'm experimenting with different things. I had my ears pierced as a child. I've never worn earrings more in my life because now with the haircut, I look like a boy. But I got a little part cut into it. I wanted to, I want to enjoy the hair growth experience. I want to see how people react and adapt. Um, I don't know if it's being shallow, but some people prefer me with like wigs and weaves or braids. There's some people, it's like, are you just being nice? So yeah, I I find it incredibly hard to date as a tomboy, probably because I might be emasculating men in the process. I tend to speak my mind. If you see that movie, 10 Things I Hate About You, with Julia Stiles, she always has that personality. She's like a pessimist or a skeptic, cynical. I'm kind of like that. I don't believe in marriage as an institution. My parents are divorced, so I've seen relationships fail. I don't really co-parent. I mean, they do, but they don't. I've seen people who never married but are still close and work together. So even understand that's saying I don't believe in marriage doesn't mean that I necessarily don't believe in monogamy. But um, if you ask me if one day I want to get married, I'd like to skip to being married, but it might not necessarily be married, just being secure in a relationship. Um, I don't know. Life is complicated. The world is complicated. Expectations, different things. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. So as I get older, certain things are not um, are not acceptable anymore. Like I feel like an adult child. I feel old, but I feel like an adult child. Sorry, I'm moving around here. I don't know. So this journey, I'm just gonna make videos mainly for myself and see where this goes. This journey, it's like a time capsule. I look back at some of these my past videos, and they're so cringy. I just put up almost all of them. Um, I don't know. Am I gonna come back and miss this short hair? I don't know. I like that it's I like that it's out and that it breathes, but It's weird when you can't have the confidence to go out in public in your own natural hair for fear of persecution. Like, if you're being hired, are they going to hire you like this? It's not that white women don't shave their head or other non black women of color. It's not that they don't do it, but how many do you see in certain spaces? Do you literally have to be a model to be able to pull it off? Um, I I wouldn't say I'm a model. I If we want to talk about insecurities, I always hated my features. I like my eyes, but I've always felt like everything else was too strong. Like, what would I look like? quarantine, quarantine. What do I look like? Well, you can see my eyes. Am I pretty? Am I not pretty? You can see my nose. Have you ever done that? Just, if I take this away, what do I look like? I mean, everybody has different insecurities. I'm trying to get healthy. I'm trying to gain weight. I've been tiny for a while. I miss my old body, but I find that I tend to yo yo diet. I feel uncomfortable in my body as a woman. So that's part of the reason why I think I behave more masculine to keep myself guarded. I had an encounter with a woman, like, I used to hide behind masculinity and be androgynous. Like, I still had hair, like my braids and my wigs and my weaves. You could tell that I was a woman. It's just that I had more of a masculine aura. It wasn't until I experienced something with a girl where it's like, okay, I can't hide behind this anymore because to a certain extent, it was like she took away my power. I use it as a defense mechanism. So now I kind of feel like a man in a dress. Because what does it mean to be feminine when I've been putting it off for so long? My dad always tells me, you need to learn how to be a woman. You need to learn how to be a woman. You need to learn how to be a woman. What is that supposed to mean? What does it mean to be a woman? Because I always thought that if I met a guy, he would like me for who I am. So I have like guy friends and I feel like they like me, maybe even love me, but what is it about me where you don't see me as a woman? Like, some of it I feel like is the hyper masculinization of black women, but I see other women and they're able to do it. Like, dating has never come easy to me. Um, it hasn't, and I sit here and I watch other people, and it's like, oh, people are getting married, they're having kids, and I kind of feel like I've never had a real boyfriend, like someone I can openly go out there and claim. Is it supposed to be daddy issues? I don't think that's necessarily it, because I can see how my mother's influence has impacted me in a way as well. But am I supposed to go and pay $150 an hour for for somebody to tell me some of the things I already know? That's the thing, because I studied psychology. You're supposed to like awaken them or lead them to a conclusion to help them move forward. It's like, I know I have issues with my mother. I know I have issues with my father. I guess my fear is performing femininity in terms of gender roles. I'm not very domestic. I can cook, yes, I'm a really good cook. Cleaning, not so much. Babies, I can take care of them, yes, but certain things like diaper changing and patience, I don't know. And then I think about other people, and it's like you were dating in high school, you were dating in college, some of them dating in junior high, and it's like the people I dated couldn't be with me, And yeah, the people I dated couldn't be with me publicly. It might have been a victory for them. I don't know how to explain it. I don't really want to touch into the type of people I was dating, but because sometimes you just get lonely. So it's like, I wonder how other tomboys do it. I look at Tiana Taylor and it's like, that's me. For the most part, that's me. She's a tomboy, but what is it about her? Maybe, I don't know. I tend to put myself last. But they say that even on an airplane, you have to put on your mask first. And talking about where I have been in life, um, I haven't put on my mask first. And now I'm drowning. And everybody else is where. That's the thing, because everybody has their own thing. And I can't resent them for not seeing that I have my thing. But people do support me. I don't know. I look on YouTube and I see some of these channels, these hypergamy channels, interracial dating, and all these different things. And it's like, I just want a partner. Like, I wish I could just fast forward and be with that person. Because the person I marry, I want them to be my best friend. I want to be able to talk to them and confide in them. Not to say that we're two halves of a whole, but we'd be two complete people. Um, but it hasn't happened yet. They say um, you end up marrying your father or your mother. Or my worst nightmare is becoming either one. I want to be a better version, but I'm right now. I feel like I'm worse. Don't know how to explain it. So if I'm marrying a version of my father, he's a different person now. It's interesting because seeing him as the family man, is that the person I'm going to marry, or am I going to marry the version of my father that I had, the single father? Um, it's it's hard because divorce can be a tough thing. It can masculinize the woman, or make the woman hyper masculine. Sorry, and it can make the man more effeminate because he has to surrender to a certain extent, depending on how the way the custody agreement works. It's interesting because my father fought to be with us, but be with us in what capacity? Because it's interesting when you have to play the woman and the man because you have no partner. So I think that's part of the reason why I have these identity issues. I understand why somebody might want to be transgender. I'm not saying that I want to be transgender. I'm just saying sometimes it's easier to lean into the man to be strong, whereas being effeminate, it's hard when somebody takes your power. I like control. I like routine, even though I'm not good at surrendering control or maintaining a routine. Um, I, it's, even though I cut my hair, I kind of miss it, but it's a learning exercise for me. I feel like if I slap on the makeup, do I look more like a woman? If I put on earrings, do I look more like a woman? Is it just appearance? If I change my outward appearance, am I going to feel it more? So I've challenged myself to have a new wardrobe. Normally I'm hobo chic. Like hobo chic as a version of like bohemian. You know when like Nicole Richie was looking, well, maybe homeless wasn't the word, but you know what I'm saying? Like the big baggy clothes and um uh, I'm going to try and do it. I want to see if this change leads to an even bigger change in my life. I've only been asked out a couple times in life, but dating, I don't have much practice. Um, this is weird. The the whole YouTube thing. So I used to come on here and I used to talk about different topics, but right now I'm just gonna try and talk about myself. I mean, if the topic is interesting, then I might talk about it. But if you have any suggestions or comments, feel free to leave them. I will respond to everyone. I actually miss the content, the comments. It's hard being and having more engagement back when I was doing it more regularly early on in the early YouTube days. So please leave a comment. Anything. It'll be fun to talk about, chat, and have a conversation.